K2C Change Management Solution enables a fully paperless management of change requests that can be of two types: process change requests, system change requests, where per system we intend here a computerized system or an equipment. Typically, a system change request may also imply a process change request, but the main difference stays in validation activities, that in a computerized system or in an equipment might be more predefined as per methodologies and the series of documents or activities to be carried out. When a new process change request is created, we need to select the related process and subprocessor activity, a description of requested change, the requested change type, that is a sort of category of the change reason, such as process failure, deviation, process revision, new step, etc. The required due date. Optionally, we can also attach some documents. When submitted for pre-approval or approval to authorize the implementation, a plan to implement the change request must be prepared. The implementation plan details any required activity, including also validation if required. Execution or control of execution of each activity is assigned to an employee. As the request has been originated in a given process or subprocess, this is routed for review and pre-approval to the appropriate responsible persons, as process owner and QA reference that might be different for various processes and subprocesses. The pre-approval process can be customized according to company standards, but includes, by default, the assessment of the request at two levels. The process owner assesses the impact at technical, process, and business level. Obviously, also the opportunity to consider or not the requested change. The quality assurance, as assigned QA department or person, performs a risk assessment to determine the impact of the change on regulation requirements and the consequent validation needs. The pre-approval means the authorization to implement the change. Approval workflows include electronic signatures that ensure a compliant control of required authorizations. Please note that when we are signing a document that is a record, not a traditional Word or PDF document, this is still legally binding the wet signature required in a traditional paper-based change control form. The execution of required activity to implement the change request is reported online, specifying the completion status or outcome. When the implementation is completed and reported online, a final review and approval is usually required and assigned again to reference process owner and quality assurance for the given process or subprocess. This final step, with appropriate e-signatures, is required to authorize the go-live and the adoption of the implemented change. A change request for equipment or computerized system is something similar and probably part of a process change request, but may have some different steps because of application of their own company validation policies. K2C solution allows to embed the computerized system validation policy or equipment validation policy as part of change management application. A CSV policy may require some validation activities depending on some given criteria, such as GXP criticality of the equipment or computerized system, complexity of the equipment or computerized system, GAMP categories. Our solution allows to manage the equipment or computerized system inventory and to perform a system assessment even prior to use or change it. If a system has a given criticality level or category, the change request for the same system would also propose to user the list of validation activities possibly required. This facilitates the QA validation staff in determining which validation activities are required for specific change, starting from what available and required for the given system. In addition to required validation activities, the QA reference person can determine the risk level of the specific change request. As per the process change request, again here the approval is required prior to the implementation. The implementation can be reported as final result and finally approved by process and quality assurance reference persons. All K2C change management modules are prepackaged as core functionalities but customizable according to company policies or standards. Thank you for your interest. Please contact us for more information or to schedule a full demo.